views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hola everyone, welcome to Open, the one and only show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, it's Women's History Month, and Community Board 7 hosts their second annual Women Empowerment Summit. And we'll find out what's in store. After that, we'll gain some insight on being an exhibition honoring women of color living their everyday lives when we sit down with artist Walter Cruz. Then we'll learn the inspiration behind Viewfinder, a short film shedding light on mental health, when we speak with writer, videographer Josue Caceres. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us up to date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And lastly, March is Irish Heritage Month, that is, and we'll get a taste of Ireland when Marianne, owner of one of New York's renowned Irish gift shops, shares some handmade Irish pieces. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Hello and welcome to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online. That's right. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV with 2 T's, and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, Instagram, FB, Snapchat, Insta Stories, LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. All right, so happy Women's History Month. That's right, to all you ladies, and of course to those who paved the way, and to all the women making a difference. And so this year, well, it seems to be the year of the divine feminine, and Community Board 7 is holding its second annual Women's Empowerment Summit, with this year's theme being Powerful Women Share Secrets of Financial Independence and Success. And joining us now to tell us about the event, we welcome Chair of Community Board 7 and founder of AWS Life Directions NYC, Adeline Walker Santiago. Hello and welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. And it's an honor to be with you because you're one of our panelists that are coming to our second annual Women's Empowerment Summit here at Lehman College.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
Oh my God, you're such an inspiration. And Rhina, we have been blessed with having the first annual Women's Empowerment Summit last year here at Lehman. We had nothing. I had a vision as a life coach and as a chair of a board. We had a vision to have a Women's Empowerment Summit.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit
about...
about...
And this has really been great to have panelists come like you to come and share this, the power that you have, the secrets you have with the women in our community. And that's what it's about.
Well, let's back up a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about you being a life coach first, as well as serving on the board, so that our viewers gain some insight as to who you are and what inspired you to even create this summit. So let's talk a little bit about just how you serve as the chair of Community Board 7.
Well, I've been fortunate to be the chair of Community Board 7 and reelected 3 times. And I'm serving with 13 committees where I'm a volunteer serving the community the best we can with whatever they need. We have committees on education, on health, which deals with mental health issues with the hospitals and care, which is a big issue now, public safety, traffic and transportation. So we do a lot of outreach. So this is a very special thing that we're doing as a summit, as empowerment.
Okay, so Community Board serves what part of the Bronx?
The whole Kingsbridge, Norwood, Fordham, up to the Deegan, up to Riverdale, to Botanical Gardens. So we have the Norwood, Kingsbridge, University Heights area, and Fordham.
Okay, I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
our viewers understand what community board, what community it's serving, and so all right, so we can go back to the I guess the inspiration behind the summit, the Women's Summit, especially during Women's History Month. I love Women's History Month personally. I love that we come together and we honor those who have paved the way, as well as create our own history, which is what we're doing right now.
Yes, I had this vision of having this because I feel that more women need to be empowered of all ages on what their possibilities are in life. And when I shared this vision with the board, I was so impressed and overwhelmed that they supported this. And the board has worked very hard with the community, our elected officials, Lehman College, Bronx Net, recorded the event last year. There's even pictures that we have to share with you today because of it. We had panelists from the district attorney's office, from the Bronx Borough President's office, volunteer their services to come and speak to the women in our community. We had a full house.
Okay, so what are some of the topics that that you feel are things that I guess should be addressed, and what are the age ranges that we're looking at as far as attendance?
Anybody over 16 years old is invited, any woman, and men come too. I've been to women empowerment conferences where men are in line because they want to hear the tips that are being shared by these women because they're very powerful leaders.
So we are looking at some of the images from last year. Well, they already just they just passed through. But I just with you being a life coach, right, and serving in that realm of occupation, how did the two come together, right? Because obviously you were inspired for those. Look, there's some of the images.
As a life coach, my goal is to inspire women to get the best they can in life, to vision their dreams and materialize what they want. So actually, I'm giving an interactive workshop later in the day at the conference on having the right mindset. Because when you have the right mindset, there's nothing you can't create. You need just the vision, the dream, and that's the first step.
So how do you choose your panelists?
How do
you choose the panelists?
Panelists?
Yeah, well, the panelists. Do you choose them by occupation so that you're covering a whole spectrum of occupations? How do you choose them?
Yes, we have a phenomenal spectrum right now. We have a lady that's the head of a real estate company. We have some people that are on the panelists that are millionaires. So I can't say who they are, but we also have.
You can't say who is the millionaire.
No.
But that's beautiful that you have we have access to those type of women, and I think it's important to subject them to our community because you know when you're in that space, then it creates a possibility not only for the individuals that are there in this space, but for the next generation, really.
Exactly. That's why we're extending it to even younger women. And we have Nilda Hoffman. She's now the first Hispanic new chief of community affairs for the New York Police Department. And she's going to talk about how she moved up in a realm of all men, predominantly men, and she moved up to the head chief. And she used to be our inspector in our community, so we love her a lot.
Do we have images of all the panelists? I wasn't sure if we.
Nilda Hoffman. I think they have it. I think they were given.
Well, the thing is I don't know if we're going to be able to do them in the order of the names, but hopefully we'll be able to show everyone images of the panelists that are going to be presented at the March 24th Women's Empowerment Summit. Okay, next.
We have you.
Me? Oh my gosh.
You are the star.
I'm the star.
You're the producer and you're the live personality for this show, and we're excited because I know you're going to bring an element that all women are going to look up to, and they want to know your secrets of how you got there. Because we're asking all the women panelists to share, what are your secrets of getting to where you got now?
So I was flattered to be asked to serve on this panel, right? Because there's a part of me that lives in denial because I'm like, well, I'm still young, I should. No, but the truth is that I do have a lot of knowledge, and I just recently served on a panel, and I'm looking forward to sending and sharing those little golden nuggets with you guys. So definitely, I have a lot of those under my sleeve.
Wow. I can't wait. And we have Ms. Copeland from Morgan Stanley. She's the vice president of Morgan Stanley. She'll be on the panel. Nicole Stent, she's the assistant vice president of Minority Women-Owned Businesses Enterprise. So if you want to start a business, we have that woman there for you. We have Samantha Delabitri. She's the founder of OrangeYouComing.com. And we have Ms. Bradshaw, she's a producer and filmmaker. And we have the Commissioner for Parks, Ms. Iris Rosa Rodriguez. I mean, the list just goes on and on. So we have phenomenal women. And one of them is also our councilwoman, Vanessa Gibson. So we have great people coming.
That's a nice list.
Oh, we have a big list. And then you're going to have a free, it's all free. You got free breakfast, you get free lunch, and after lunch we have workshops that are going to break up into different areas of Lehman College. And it's going to be phenomenal because you walk out of there networking with other women, and that's very key, that you come there to meet other women and share your secrets with each other during lunch.
Okay,
so
so
lunch
the
is a
day
networking.
starts, right, but it starts at noon, right?
It starts in the morning at 9:30. You come and register at the music faculty dining room, and then you walk into the Lovinger Theater, and the first panel starts exactly 10 o'clock. So by 9:45, you should be in the seat, have your coffee, and go and have a seat at Lehman College Lovinger Theater. And it's March 24th. So we already have full, so I really want to get the full capacity, and I think seats are going very quick.
So it's going to be in the theater. Why? I was under the impression it was in the music room.
No, the music faculty dining room is where you register first,
Okay,
have
you
a
gotta register
coffee,
there
have your
first. Okay.
coffee, your breakfast, and then you're going to the Lovinger Theater to sit down for the panelists. The panelists are going to be on stage. And then we go back to the music faculty dining room for lunch. And then we break out into workshops after that.
And so it's from 9 to 4.
Yes,
It's a
a
full
long
day on a Saturday.
Yeah,
and
but
it's free breakfast and free lunch.
And not only that, last year I thought it was only going to be a one-time deal.
Right.
Guess what? The women begged us, please have another one. And I had to ask, Mass Consultants is our consultant for this whole program, please serve the cake, because they didn't want to leave. You know, when you have a party, you serve the cake? Because these ladies did not want to leave. They had such a good time. Meeting each other is very key. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you're doing it again this year, and I'm
Yes.
happy and honored to be a part of it this year. And I
Thank
look
you.
forward to seeing you again on March 24th. I will not be eating the cake though, out of line.
You and me both.
But you guys, we hope you can make it. It's going to be a very powerful afternoon.
Yes.
And once again, the Women's Empowerment Summit, it's taking place on March 24th. So you have plenty of time to make those arrangements to get there. And that's happening from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Lehman College. And check-in is at the Lehman College Music Faculty Dining Room, which is located at 250 Bedford Park Boulevard. And once again, the event itself is taking place at the Lovinger Theater. We are taking a quick break, but don't go anywhere. There is more open. Oh, and we're going to find out about an exhibition that celebrates women when we return. Don't go anywhere.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen,
Double points with every purchase?
cleverly merging promotions,
Love it.
cross-referencing travel sites, and booking all your flights with those.
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like, aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. So, as a part of Women's History Month, our next guest created a body of work used to depict different types of women being themselves in society, which often judges them. And here to talk more about the Being exhibition, also known as the Women of Color exhibition, we welcome artist Walter Cruz.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning. I know, you look like you just woke up too. Oh, did I just say that on air? It's all right, because I'm the café con leche. I'm going to wake you up right now. Well, before we got on camera, I was already acknowledging you as a young male figure who has a very interesting artistic background in different genres, right? Because I know you do event coordinating and you kind of implement your artistry into that as well, which we'll talk a little bit about. But the fact that you have chosen to honor women is really, really, really the reason you're here today, because you're being exhibited at the Pope Park Visitor Center. But just how does that come from a male figure, and what inspires that?
For sure. Well, it's the reason I even started making art to begin with. Maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, after I finished college, I started thinking more about, if I want to do art, what am I going to create? So as I started frequenting different spaces, I started thinking about, what do I see the least? And what I saw the least were women, specifically women of color. So I wanted to join that movement of artists who are trying to depict and create space for those who are marginalized the most. So that's been my inspiration the last few years, is how do I create what I see the least in the art world?
So I understand you're taking typical scenarios and bringing them into light. So let's just share a little bit about that, because I don't know if we have images to accompany this segment. We do. We have some artistry. Hopefully, our director William will show them while we're talking. But I want some insight as to how it is that what your process is.
Right. Yeah. So for the show, the idea was more of, instead of trying to sensationalize or like make it this bigger than thou thing, is how do we actually depict women in everyday life, and just understanding that because this is a world where women are constantly being put down or not given that space that they deserve, that it's important. Are we showing something?
Because I want to have a conversation about sunshine.
This is a picture of my mom. She sent me a selfie that she took, so I used it as inspiration. So I wanted it I think these days women of color just being is a political act, so I wanted to depict that. This one's of my grandmother. I found an old picture of her. I think it was in the 1980s. If you see the hairstyle, she has like this bun to the side.
Right.
Again, and then if you see there also, there's no faces.
I know, I'm looking at that, and
that was very
this is
intentional.
A boxer, obviously.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's a picture I had, and it's very intentional. I was just thinking about, how do I make it as inclusive as possible?
So let's talk about the fact that we don't have faces.
Yeah, so I wanted to make it really inclusive, so by not having faces. Is this a boy
or a girl?
It's a woman.
It's a woman. I like that.
Right, so also again depicting different styles of women, different body types, different hairstyles. So thinking about, I figured out, I did some research, and there's a Dominican artist, her name is Liliana Mera Lime, and she's the artist who created those dolls, those ceramic dolls with no faces on them. And when I researched, I found out she did that because she wanted to also make her artwork inclusive. So it affirmed what I was already trying to achieve. So I continued that idea of not putting on any faces, so that when women saw these portraits, they can imagine themselves in them.
How thoughtful.
Yeah.
And I mean that. I really mean that, because you can tell that there was a realness to the portraits themselves, even though they had no faces. There was definitely a relation. I was in there. And then the colors. I mean, you didn't use typical skin color.
Yeah, and that was on purpose too. Just trying to use complementary colors, so colors that work well together, so that your eyes are calm when you're looking at them. You're not fighting for attention while you're looking at the portraits.
Well, and also the fact that now you were talking about women of color.
Right.
in a different realm of
Exactly.
being a color.
Exactly.
You're very clever. No, I was really enjoying myself visiting your website last
Thank you.
night. How I know it's so. I hate to ask, but I want to ask
Go for
only
it.
because I want to flatter you. How
Yeah.
old are you?
I'm 29.
29. Yeah, you're so ahead of yourself. You're an old soul, without a doubt. Just in all the work that I was experiencing, because your work is an experience and it's very,
you.
very well thought out.
appreciate it.
And so, this particular exhibit, is this the first time it's being exhibited?
Yeah, this is the first time, and specifically was created for Women's History Month.
And for Pole Park Visitor
Yeah,
Center. So,
thanks to Lucy Aponte.
yeah, all right. So let's go back into those images one more
Yeah.
time, because I like the fact that you are bringing women of color into light. I like the fact that you didn't give them faces, so that they are there's a relation to all women of whatever race and ethnicity, right? Because even the hair kind of fluctuates as well, because usually we're identified by our hair, right? And so hair, color of skin. And so the last thing I want to ask is the title, Being.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about, again, how do I lay more things into something really simple? So the way I wrote it out is kind of the way it's written in the dictionary, is being. So first is be, and then it's the action of being. So I just decided to use that as the title to overlay or just convey that message throughout the exhibit.
And what does that mean to you?
It's important. I think we don't often have enough space as people, and especially women of color don't have enough space to just be. Oftentimes when we ask people, what do you want to do, is just want to be myself. So I just want to, as a man, I think it's important to help create that space for women.
That's so lovely. Wow. Thank you, Walter.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to be one of those women one day, and I'll even buy it from you too. Yes, no, it's just the whole intention behind your creation is phenomenal. So let's talk about the exhibit before we go, how long it's going to be on display.
Yeah, so it'll be up till March 31st. I believe it's Tuesdays through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on the 31st, from 1 to 3 p.m., there'll be a closing reception.
So on March 31st,
Yeah.
at the end of the month. Okay, but people can go, there's no appointment needed or
Nope.
anything like that.
You can just walk right in.
You can walk right into the Pole Park Visitor
Yeah.
Center, and we thank you, Walter, for bringing it here
Thank
to
you
the
for having me.
VX.
Appreciate
Yes, thank you. Once again, you guys, the Being exhibition will be on display for the entire month of March, and that's at the Pole Park Visitor Center in Pole Park, located at 2640 Grand Concourse. And for more information on the exhibit, you can visit nycgovparks.com. Once again, on the last day, March 31st, there will be a reception happening from 1 to 3 p.m. And what's your website, Walter?
Yeah, it's walter.cruz.
Walter.cruz. Okay, so I got it here. I just want you guys to visit Walter's website because it's so much fun. And so go to waltercruz.strikingly.com. That's waltercruz.strikingly.com, and it's definitely striking. Okay, you guys, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll find out about a short film that sheds light on mental health. Don't go anywhere.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good stir. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, always inviting you to stay connected. That's right, by liking us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And so, according to the CDC, 1 out of 5 Americans will face a mental health disorder. Our next guest decided to create a short film that brings awareness to mental health in the Bronx while focusing on eliminating the stigmas attached to it. And here's a sneak peek of the short film, Viewfinder.
Everything was beautiful. The way the wind blew past the spring leaves, the assorted sounds dancing by me, the faces in the street, and their various expressions. I captured all of this through my viewfinder. I wish I could always see life this way.
That was just a little taste. And here now to tell us more about his short film Viewfinder, along with some of his other projects, we welcome writer, videographer, and overall Bronx creative, Josue Caceres. Hello and welcome.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. And most importantly, I want to give you an acknowledgement. I want to acknowledge you for making sure that all of your stories and everything that you guys do kind of revolves around this uptown flavor, right? Particularly the Bronx. I know you're down with the Bronx native crew, and we've had them on before. You want to start there because you guys are rocking it. You're rocking it. You're really rocking it, and I dig it a lot. So how did you get involved with Bronx Native? Let's start there.
Yes, me and the co-founders, Amauris and Rosalind Grullon, we're all childhood friends. So, you know, we just grew up, you know, doing a lot of creative content. We used to do like little comedy videos on YouTube. And then me and Amauris went on to do photography, videography for clientele. And they went on to start Bronx Native while I was doing my own thing. And they kind of, you know, just hit me up one day, told me, you know, you want to come help us out. So right now I'm the brand manager for the Bronx Native, and it's been going amazing. You know, we just opened up our shop.
I know you've been pulling up pop-up shops all over the place.
Yeah.
Right, no, but I just know that you're down with that familia and that tribe, and you guys are doing some really great stuff. And I know you're, now I know that you're the brand manager. I know you were a contributing writer, which leads to this film, and why you guys, why it's important for you guys to just, you're like plopping little nuggets all over the place. It's like, boom, here's this little seed. Boom, there's that little seed. And so now you have the short film. It's only 9 minutes. We gave our viewers a little taste of it. And I know Amauris worked with you on that film. So I just wanted to kind of like bring it in all together, how you guys all kind of wear different hats in different moments for your individual projects. And so now let's talk about the film Viewfinder.
Yeah, well, and being the brand manager, you know, I, you know, went into my community a lot, and I saw the need that we had. We have a lot of issues that we don't speak about, and I saw one of them was mental health. And I saw, you know, the stigmas and stereotypes that surrounded mental health, mental illnesses. And I knew that I wanted to be an advocate for that. I wanted to get that discussion started, and I wanted to get it going. So, you know, I use my talents, which is, you know, writing, filmmaking, and created this short film called Viewfinder, which is about a boy that deals with, you know, his own depression, his own anxiety through his art. So, you know, it was an amazing journey.
So just to be clear, all right, because I just want to establish some clarity, because I think when people hear mental health, they think, oh, this is a crazy person. It's like, no, because I'm with you on, I'm kind of like right now going into becoming a full-fledged advocate for mental health awareness, because I think that's our society. As a matter of fact, the entire United States' biggest disease right now.
Right.
It's that issue. And so we're not talking about a kid who's crazy. Right. I just want to be clear. And so when you say mental health and mental depression and so forth, what is it that I guess inspired that story to be told, especially from an artistic perspective? Because that's the other thing. We need more art in the school system, because that's a form of therapy. So sorry, I'm like there with you. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, like that was my main goal. It was, you know, to tell people that this is something that anybody could be dealing with, and it's something that's normal, it's something that we should be able to talk about. You know, like I go to these schools, I show this film to organizations, and I see, you know, the kids walking up to me telling me that, you know, they're glad that I was able to show this. You know, this is something that, you know, a lot of people around me are dealing with as well. And it's normal, you know, they're normal people. There's nothing, you know, I wanted to eliminate those stigmas, those stereotypes. and also, show it to the adults and the parents, showing them that.
So what is the storyline? Because it's kind of vague the way I introduced it. So it's obviously, he uses photography as his form of artistry, right? So what is the storyline, of course, without giving the whole film away?
Yeah, so it's a short film. It's only 8 minutes.
I know. That's why I'm like, let's not give it all away. We got to leave it with something. But just to give an idea, right? Because we're speaking in an abstract form of, and I guess that's the idea as well, right? Is that people kind of take whatever it is that they need from it. But I guess what I'm trying to establish is that it's not about being crazy. It's about finding outlets to release.
Exactly.
Right? To release whatever anxieties or to release whatever depression and so forth. And so does this kid find his out?
The film the beginning of the film shows him interacting with his own art, his photography, his painting. But it also shows that, when people are not around him, he also deals with some depression, some anxiety. But, overall, my message with the film is that, this is something that you may have to deal with for a long period of time, but it's not something that you have to let overtake you.
I like that. It's about releasing.
Yes,
He found an outlet. And so your outlet is writing, and I want to make sure that we tap into your book before we go, right? Because not only did you write the film, and you were part of the, the filming process as well, because you're a videographer and a photographer, but you also just recently published another book, and this is your second book, right?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes, published my second book called Bronx Stories and Heartbreak. This is actually for you right here.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Bronx Stories and Heartbreak. I applaud anybody who takes the time to make sure that you publish it and you share it with our community, because these are our stories. This is our history.
Yes.
So can you read something really short from it
course.
to give us a taste of it?
Of course.
All right.
The main theme of this book is really advocating for women empowerment, tackling toxic masculinity, machismo that we deal with in our community. Speaking on my grandmother and my mother's story. So this is a short poem here that I wrote about my grandma.
And it's called?
It's called Lump on Your Head. Mama, that lump on your head is a testament to the words left unsaid, to the years of tears, men inducing constant fears, hours and hours of working as a seamstress, then off to your second job, planting yuca and tobacco under the beaming Dominican sun, all while raising 5 sons and daughters while coming home to their abusive father. Mama, that lump on your head is a testament to toxic masculinity. Thought it was normal to face abuse. The power you held always reduced. You loved, and prayed to your Dios above. You stayed to attend the family you had to raise, and you felt there was no open door. But was loving you a chore to him? Could he not stand to see you unless your body hit the floor? So that's just something short from. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that into light, as I am a domestic violence awareness advocate as well. Yes. Thank you.
Of course.
That was Josue, everyone. Can we just applaud him in the studio? Thank you, crew. Thank you, guys. Thank you to our other guests, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, where can people see the film before we go?
Yes, right now I'm, shopping it to film festivals. I'm showing it at school, so it's not online yet. But you could get my book on Amazon, my website, and at the Bronx Native Shop, which is on 127 Lincoln Avenue.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you for
Thank you
being
for
here
having me.
to us on Open. You guys, once again, for more on Josue and his book. It's Bronx Stories and Heartbreak. Yeah, but it's really good. So, well, at least I already know it's good just by what he read. So make sure you go to his website at josuecaceres.com. That's Josue, Josue, Caceres, Caceres.com. All right, and make sure to check him out on Instagram. That's right, because, all them youngins are on Instagram, and that's Josue_Caceres. All right, you guys, we have to take a quick break, but stay tuned, because Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
If you want to stay in the know about the latest happenings en español, check out Diálogo Abierto, BronxNet's own Spanish show, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. on Channel 67. The latest in news, arts, culture, politics, and what's going on in your neighborhood. Diálogo Abierto, the best way to stay connected in Spanish. See you there. Te esperamos.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Our first stop in our look at sports this week takes us out to Brooklyn, where defending ACC tournament champion Duke made a statement Thursday night. Marvin Bagley III craved the big stage, and he got it. The ACC Player and Rookie of the Year led the Blue Devils and made his mark with 33 points and 17 rebounds in the 100th victory for Duke in the ACC tournament.
Much are you enjoying playing on the big stage?
I love it. Yeah, I love it, man. It's something that I've been, working for my whole life. Every day when I was younger, shooting in the gym with my dad, my brothers, watching it on TV. It feels good to finally be a part of it and to get a win on my first time out here in this tournament. It's a great experience for me.
Senior Grayson Allen had a big night from beyond the arc. He finished with 23 points, 7 of 10 shooting from the floor. He got Duke going early and often.
We did a lot of things well offensively. We didn't turn the ball over that much, which is a good adjustment. We've had some very high turnover games. I think we had a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, which is what we want. And then, defensively, just being more active and trying to keep that ball out the middle and the zone.
Why is Duke still a team to beat?
Simply because we're getting better every game. We got some great players on this team, some hard workers, and when we're playing together and as one, we're hard to beat. So we just got to continue to get better every game, continue to play with each other, and play hard, man, and the sky's the limit.
And if Duke is there, that probably means North Carolina isn't far behind. The best rivalry in the sport, separated by less than 10 miles, will take center stage tonight at the Barclays Center, nearly 500 miles away from its home. But the BK has become a new home for the ACC, and Duke and North Carolina, who will meet in the semifinals in Brooklyn for the second straight year. Duke ended Notre Dame's ACC tournament run on Thursday 88-70, while North Carolina overcame an early 14-0 deficit to beat Miami 82-65. The win sets up round 3 for the Blue Devils and the Tar Heels tonight at 9 p.m. The two teams split the regular season with each team winning on its home court. Neither team is in line for a 1 seed. Kansas holds the final spot in most projected brackets. But if either Duke or North Carolina can win the ACC tournament, combined with a Kansas loss in the Big 12 tournament, it can find itself atop the region in just 3 days. Oh boy, our Bronx State cameras will be back in Brooklyn tonight. The championship game is Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. We've got you covered right here on BronxNet. Earlier in the week, New York's team started strong in the ACC tourney. Here's more. Syracuse taking on Wake Forest on day 1 of the ACC tournament in the BK. Frank Howard dishes to Tyus Battle for the jumper to start the game. The Orange are cooking early. O'Shea Brissett gives it up and gets it back for the up and under. The crowd loves it. Q starts the game on a 24 run. But the Demon Deacons would battle back. Bryant Crawford puts it up and Darrell Moore throws it down. Wake Forest trails 30-24 at halftime. To the second half we go. Pascal Chukwu gives it up down low for Marek Dolezaj and the foul. Dolezaj finished with a team-high 20 points. Later in the half, Frank Howard comes up with the steal and leaves it for a wide-open Brissett. Syracuse wins 73-64, its first tournament victory since joining the Atlantic Coast Conference. Here's the team on moving on to day 2.
Everybody played great, but I think the key was defense. They really they didn't make shots and threes, and it was key.
We were able to move, get out to the shooters, make them put it on the ground. We got a couple turnovers in the beginning, and that really made them think. So, that's what you want to do, make the offensive guy think.
The Cuse was able to dispose of Wake Forest, but number 6 North Carolina ended the run on Wednesday 78-59. At the Garden Wednesday night, St. John's and Chris Mullin scored a huge win in one of college hoops' other great rivalries. Number 9 St. John's upended number 8 Georgetown and Patrick Ewing 88-77. The two legendary players turned coaches have reignited that rivalry. St. John's was flying high but had to play right away Thursday afternoon and lost to number 1 Xavier 88-60. In the postgame, several St. John's and Xavier players exchanged words in the handshake line. Reports indicate that some of these St. John's players also tried to get into the Xavier locker room to continue the on-court fireworks. The Big East is investigating the incident. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The Mets have shown some glimpses on the hill that should keep Amazing fans optimistic. That rotation still gives the Mets a fighting chance any season, especially if they stay healthy. Matt Harvey allowed 2 hits over a pair of scoreless innings against the Detroit Tigers on Monday in his second spring training appearance. He believes he's back on track. Meanwhile, Noah Syndergaard, who should be the opening day starter, K'd 7 over 3 1/3 innings on Thursday for the Mets. The Mets are 5-9 in Grapefruit League action. Meanwhile, the Yankees and the defending champion Houston Astros have 10 wins this spring. The Yanks are 10-3 and the Stros are 10-5, putting the Bombers slightly ahead, a place Yankee fans hope to be all season. Expect Houston to be their most formidable opponent along the way. The Pinstripers have looked very good, although spring training is what it is. Aaron Judge made some headlines this week with his comments about his one and done in the home run derby, something new manager Aaron Boone supports. Judge, of course, has plenty of time before July to change his mind. The All-Star game is in Washington, D.C. this summer. I would think, as of right now, Bryce Harper and new Yankee Giancarlo Stanton will be the headliners. On the NFL gridiron, there's been a ton of movement in the last 48 hours. The L.A. Rams have agreed to trade linebacker Alec Ogletree and a 2019 7th-round draft choice to the New York Giants for a 2018 4th-rounder and 6th-round selection. Trades can't become official until the new NFL league year opens on March 14th. Great move for the Giants and their new brass. The Rams and Denver Broncos have finalized a deal that will send veteran quarterback Aqib Talib to Los Angeles in exchange for a 5th-round draft choice. The Seahawks are likely to release 4-time Pro Bowler cornerback Richard Sherman today, Friday, according to ESPN. And among the other big moves this week in the NFL, defensive lineman Michael Bennett is going to the reigning Super Bowl champs after taking a hometown discount, to stay in Seattle. Bennett is headed to Philadelphia. The Eagles agreed to send a 5th-round choice and wide receiver Marcus Johnson to the Seahawks in exchange for Bennett and a 7th-rounder Wednesday. The MLS will be back in the Bronx Sunday as NYCFC returns to Yankee Stadium for the club's home opener. NYCFC will host the LA Galaxy at 5 p.m. on Sunday. The team opened with a 2-0 road win. The Red Bulls will face Portland on Saturday. On the ice, the Rangers fell 5-3 to Tampa Bay on Thursday and will be in Florida Saturday to face the Panthers. In motor racing, IndyCar will open its season this Sunday in St. Petersburg. The race starts at 12:30. Through the streets of St. Pete. On the NBA hardwood, the Knicks are in Milwaukee tonight, while the Nets are home Sunday to host the Sixers. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for one dark horse this March Madness that is worth keeping an eye on. The best part of March Madness is the Cinderellas, the upsets, the small-timers with big-time dreams. Up in Purchase, New York, Tuckahoe's Max Pierce is now in the online final for the Dark Horse Dunker competition, which will send either Max or Navy's Tom Lacey to the NCAA Dunk Comp at the Final Four at the end of this month. Max is listed at 6 feet tall, but when you see the videos, you'll soon realize that might be a little bit of a stretch. He's thin, not that tall, and sports a baby face, but man, oh man, can the boy fly. And now Pierce and Purchase, a smaller Division III school, will square up against Navy, a Division I program, for a chance to have one of its own represent at the dunk competition. Go to darkhorsedunker.com today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and every day through the next week till Friday to vote for Max. When you see his video on the website, you'll know what I'm talking about. March Madness is for the dreamers, big or small. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.
Bronx Next cameras had the opportunity to visit one of New York's finest Irish gift shops. Let's take a look.
My name is Marianne Connaughton. We're here at Marianne's Irish Gift Shop, right next door to the Riverdale Steakhouse, my mom and dad's place, where you can get an amazing pint of Guinness. And you can sit and sip that Guinness while I wrap your goodies. So I've been trekking over to Ireland for 26 years. I've established relationships with all of the artists that I buy from. Bring in a lot more knitwear, a lot of pottery, and more of just the handmade items that you don't find everywhere. So I love the textiles that come out of Ireland. They make these great tweed caps up in Donegal. What they're famous for, if you can see the different flecks of color, these tweeds are known around the world. This is a classic Aran sweater. The fishermen that lived on the Aran Islands, they would wear these sweaters going off to sea, and each family that knit theirs, they would have a different stitching. So if anything happened to them at sea, if they got lost at sea, they would be able to recognize who they were right away by their jumper. This is a really old, ancient technique that Nicholas Moss started. I even love these for Christmas, and I have customers that have even some of these really charming reindeer pieces that they use all year round. I have customers that come to me every Christmas. I wrap everything, keep track of what people have gotten. They always get something new. The orange though, I think the orange would be beautiful.
I just love it here. Everything is imported from Ireland. You can't find this stuff anywhere else. I got a hand printed like silk scarf, a bangle with the Celtic knot, and also a beautiful handmade, hand-painted bowl that has like copper on the outside. Gorgeous.
Well, I found 2 fisherman knit sweaters, which were traditional Irish sweaters, handmade, one for my new godson, so this is 18-month size, and one for his father. I think they'll look very handsome, don't you? They're going under the Christmas tree.
I sell to everybody. You don't have to be Irish to come in here. You just have to love unique and special items. So whether it be $20 or $200, you know, you're going to get a handmade piece from Ireland.
Hello and welcome back. Introducing Marianne, owner of Marianne Fine Clothing and Gift Shop, that has been the staple place for the past 20 years to get some of the most best quality gifts imported from Ireland. And her store has everything from hand-knitted sweaters to hand-painted pottery and jewelry, as you just saw. And so the Irish store itself has essentials for like big events such as communions, birthdays, and weddings. And she's gonna basically give us a little demonstration about everything well, not everything, some items that she has at New York's renowned gift shop, Marianne's Fine clothing and gifts. And so that was a really long introduction. However, I wanted to make sure that everybody gets that all of these items are imported from Ireland. Hello and welcome.
How are you, Rhina? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here in studio with us, and thank you for bringing all this beautiful work. And most importantly, I want to thank her for being my stylist today, because this fabulous hat I've been wearing all day and this amazing collar is from her store. Can you tell us, can we start there and tell us a little bit about these items?
These are hand loomed in Clare in Ireland. I'm wearing one of the artist's sweaters as well. Her name is Anya Knitwear. I've been carrying her work since she started about 10 years ago. She's a lovely young woman who does amazing work, and she started out with this signature hat of hers, and then she's expanding into the collar and now
I don't know
knitwear.
if they're getting it, like
and some even goods for the home.
I'm pushing her hair off the flower because it seems to be the signature piece to this artist, and she's in Ireland.
Yes.
Yes. And I love this hat, and it totally like woke up my outfit this morning. So thank you for allowing me to wear it throughout the entire show. And so these are just some of the items that you can get at her gift shop. And so what else do we have here?
Okay, so I carry a lot of just beautifully handcrafted items, but I thought, being that we were in March, it would be a good idea to bring some of the green for St. Patrick's Day. All of these, most of these items are inspired by the Book of Kells, and all of this artwork can be found.
Okay, let's put it up a little bit so that
in Trinity College.
There we go.
So all of these intricate panels are all taken. They're all they adorn the pages of this this book that is housed in Trinity College, and you'll see it on, like, even here. There's a tie that the men wear, and this is a little Trinity knot, which is a symbol of eternity, no beginning, no end. You see that?
Yes,
this is hand-woven
I see it.
silk.
That's something I'm learning today. It almost looks like a pyramid, but it's not. It's, what's it called again?
It's called a Trinity knot.
The Trinity knot.
Yep,
I like
there's
that.
3 points, and this also, again, another piece that has the Book of Kells inspired design on it. You'll see a lot of animals and interwoven panels which are all symbols of eternity. No beginning, no end. And then, of course, we have these adorable little hand-knit sweaters for babies.
Oh my gosh. I remember when my little one was that small. Oh my gosh, and what's this, little booties?
Baby booties.
Oh my goodness. This is from Ireland too?
These are all hand-knit in Ireland.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
A little blanket, baby blanket.
And this is the baby blanket?
Yes.
To wrap? Oh my goodness. Love this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And it has little sheep.
A little tam o' shanter. You know, we have these for adults and children, and there's all in Ireland. They're noted for their weaving. That's all of these different colors. You'll see here in these scarves. I have another one over here. That's what makes them so beautiful and so unique. Are the vibrant colors.
Absolutely. I'm in awe. I love scarves, and I love ponchos, and I love
some more hats.
And
some
hats,
tweed hats.
yes. I'm like shopping here with my eyes. Let me see. Oh, very cool. Yes.
So I even brought some jewelry, some bangles with also, again, we have the Celtic knotwork, and these are great. You can wear it with the color, without, switch it around. They just look dress up any outfit.
All right, so it could just be plain silver, and or if you put this on, then it
the
has
leather piece that comes in. You can wear it with the green,
and then it has the green inside of it.
Or you can wear it with the blue in the reverse. And then
nice. I'm putting it on. Okay, well, I'm dressing
and
myself up today.
we have these. Have you seen my earrings?
These are all. If we're going to be able to do a close-up on that,
okay.
because
These
they're
are
really
all,
pretty. Is that the what is
this?
That?
Is all enamel, hand baked on copper. A mother-daughter team, also in Ireland, in Westmeath.
Right.
And they do these beautiful, and no piece is the same. These earrings. Bowls. She even does hand-painted
the earrings
silk.
match it, right? It has like and so this also comes from Ireland.
Yes, all handmade, And then we have these traditional Aran sweaters for men and women. And these are also very popular to wear around St. Patrick's Day. Everybody knows, this is the Irish sweater.
This is the
they
Irish
were
sweater.
worn.
Why
yeah.
are why is this the Irish sweater?
They were worn on the Aran Islands by the fishermen when they would go out to sea. Each family had a different knit. So this is the cable switch and the stitch and the diamond stitch. So
they all have a meaning too.
They all have a meaning, which is great. And if they were lost at sea, they would be able to tell who it was by the jumper that they were wearing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
I
we
love
have
this.
them. Mm-hmm. So we have those, and this is a man's.
I love learning about just different cultures and
Oh, it's so
symbolisms.
great.
Yes.
So back in the old days, these were wool, heavy, scratchy, but nowadays the yarn that they use is much finer and softer, so they're comfortable and warm.
They
to
look
wear.
comfortable. They look like I just want to wear them all day, every day.
Yeah, these are great, and these are men's, the tweed caps for men, which is they're also notorious. The Irish men, everybody wears these all day, every day, no matter what you're wearing. They'll wear them on the farm, going to church, and so that's a big
And then I
popular
wanted to go
item.
over this before we go.
These are great.
Well, no, I meant the ceramic.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Well, this too. These are like
okay,
gloves.
these are
with
little
no-
hand warmers. We
Uh-huh.
have lots of
They hand
different
warmers
pieces
without
like that.
fingers, right?
Hmm. And again, you'll see the little cable, the Aran sweater. So
Got
they
it.
take it right from the
So, am I
sweaters and
putting
bring
it
it
the
into
right way? Does it
into
matter
the.
which? Like this, right? You
Yep,
wear them like that?
exactly.
Oh my gosh, it's like leg warmers except they're hand warmers. How fabulous. I like.
So you told me that you had a friend in Kilkenny.
Yes, my girlfriend Siobhan, who is my dear friend from Kilkenny, Ireland.
So we have a lot of crafts actually that come out of Kilkenny, and this is one of them. This is Nicholas Moss pottery, which we carry a full line of, and each of these pieces are all made from start to finish with clay. There's a 20-step process just to make the mug.
Yeah, I just wanted to show them so
it's
that
all hand sponge painted, so each piece is individually thrown, and then it's got to get dipped, and each flower is hand painted on. Same thing, bowl inside and out. So there's a ton of work that goes into each of these pieces, and they're all right here in the Bronx.
I love that,
Yeah.
and you can tell the quality, you can tell the care, you can tell they all come with their own energy. To be very honest with you, because I can feel the love in all of your items.
Yeah, I handpick everything. I go once a year to a show and find all of these great items. Many of the artists I've been using for years, like the Anya knitwear.
Anya.
And
And then we have.
and then
this
we also
lovely
have
jewelry.
some jewelry, and this is the claddagh, which is a symbol of friendship, loyalty, and love. And that's been around for a very long time, and people are, they know this item, but they do it with some stones in it, and
Yeah. Well, I like it. Love it. Love it. She's going to be my new friend. That means I'm leaving with one of these. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Mary
my pleasure to
Ann.
be here. Thank
oh my
you
gosh,
so
how
much for
awesome
all
was
that you
that?
do.
We just got a nice Irish, short, quick history lesson and in celebration of Irish Heritage Month. And once again, you guys, to get some of these beautiful gifts, visit Mary Ann Fine Clothing and Gift Shop, which is located at 5694 Riverdale Avenue in Riverdale, New York, of course. And you can always visit her website by going to maryannsgiftshop.com, maryannsgiftshop.com. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through, and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the recablecast tonight and 24 hours a day at bronxnet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor, and to all our Irish friends, happy Irish Heritage Month. And to all the ladies, happy Women's History Month. Mwah. Adios.